Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Empyrion Galactic Survival episode 40. I'm Enigmius and today we're heading off-world. And I don't know exactly where we're going yet, but it's going to be off-world. And before we head out into the galaxy so that we can take a look at the galaxy map and decide where we're going to go, I just wanted to show you very briefly. The end of the last episode we kind of had the hangar retrofit partially complete. We have the lower hangar here, and that's for the hover vessel. The hover vessel is loaded. You can see the nameplate through the door. And we've also got the new hangar for the small vessel is up here so that it, the small vessel can fly in, the hover vessel can hover in up this ramp, and we get to take both with us and enjoy both of them wherever we end up. We've also met my target of adding 6 more guns in place of the 4 that we had. We've got a gun here and one on the opposite side. We have another gun here, and also one on the opposite side in the same location. Then we've got these 2 up here. So we've got lots of point defense for the rear of the capital vessel, plus a decent amount of firepower on the ground to support us when we're, meandering around. And also we'll have our ships kind of staged outside the capital vessel once it's landed, and we'll get a little bit of extra defense, especially for the small vessel with the turrets all over the place. Very handy. So that having been said, we're going to head on inside now. We're going to hop in the ship. We're going to take it out into orbit. Actually, above orbit. And we're going to take a look at the galaxy map and figure out where we're going next. There's our hover vessel. And it is, you can see up front, it's actually, it is docked properly with the capital vessel. Barely. I can't even, there, I think that's the pad that's hooked on. Kind of a pain in the butt to get this thing properly squared away. You could see there's tons of room. I could have pulled it up forwards quite a ways, but it didn't want to behave, and I think this actually might have had something to do with it. Either way, I've already got a new capital vessel in mind that we're going to start building as soon as we're done our next planetary excursion, and we're not going to have such a confined space to work with. We're just going to go with whatever's going to do the best job for what we're looking for, as opposed to making compromises after the fact. At least that's the plan. We always figure out the things that we missed or never thought of after everything is said and done. So this is pretty straightforward. We've got plenty of fuel and plenty of extra fuel that we can load into the tanks if we need it. When we've got the thrusters going, we've only got half an hour worth of flight time. When it's sitting on the surface, just basically fueling the machines, it's up to like 66 hours or something with all the fuel tanks and all the various different things that are coming into play. So we have 100 meters left to go, and we're outside of Omicron's. The dragon is having a hard time. We're outside of Omicron's atmosphere, and I just want to make sure that there's going to be nothing giving us a hard time while we're looking around. The thought occurred to me that maybe we should go check out Omicron's moon, but that's kind of prosaic compared to some of the alternatives. So what we're going to do, our auto turrets, we're going to put those on. That's our point defense. And then we're going to take a look at El Mapo. So we're here. There's Akua. We've got a trading outpost. We're not going to go there. Ninggue's alien outpost, Aestus, Skillen. I think Aestus is one of the ones that are considered sort of like the end game sort of place to go. A lot of these I don't think I've ever seen these names before in the wiki or elsewhere. We're definitely not going to the sun. All the different places we could go. I think this one is this area here is kind of like the starting area, and this is part of it. I think this is a frozen planet, maybe. Let's see. Will it tell us anything when we click on it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't want to tell us anything. All right, let's try this one, because the worst thing that could happen. Oh, it's lava. There we go. That was lava. This one is snow. Temperate. Space. Oh, because it's an asteroid field. Alien outpost. Aestus is lava. And barren. Let's try Aestus. That's desert and alien. Okay. Here we go. We're going to lock target. And then we're going to find our locked target. Okay, so it's definitely lava. And more than a little terrifying. This could go really, really well or really, really badly. The thing is, I kind of want to get a lock on some of the resources that are a little bit more difficult to get or can only be found in small quantities unless you're able to mine them. And lava planets, I think, have like the Zascosium and the really rare stuff that we want to keep our eyes out for, eyes open for. There's a drone, 1.9 kilometers out. What kind of drone? Is it the happy kind or the angry kind? Space drone plasma. Well, now I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's the unhappy kind. And we were able to destroy it fairly easily. I don't think we took a whole lot of damage from that, but we're not going to stick around and fight too many of those. We're going to head down towards what looks like land. We're going to find a safe place to land our capital vessel. And then with any luck, we're going to be able to head out, do some exploring in our small vessel, and then we'll do some exploitation in our hover vessel. Here we go. Lighting, I don't think, will be much of a problem on this planet. The main thing is we don't want to come down on top of a bunch of enemy stuff. This looks really, really cool up ahead. Like, really cool. And big. Holy crap. Are those drones? Yes, those are drones flying above that thing. That is either a crashed ship of the large variety. Oh, here come the drones. Or it's some sort of gigantic facility that we get to plunder. Either way, I'm definitely intrigued. Alright, I want to kind of stay in this vicinity just because of that thing. But we're going to take a look around. As far as I know, the turrets are just shooting at the fauna right now. They aren't actually doing much against drones or anything else because there isn't much for them to shoot at. And these look like the large minigun drones. Or the flattened minigun drones, depending on how you look at it. Alright, let's, what are those? I think I just discovered what that thing is over there, but I was too busy looking at the bad guys to read what was going on in the middle of the screen. What is this? Crashed Empyrion. Okay, stop shooting at the crashed ship. That looks like actually a really good spot to land because it might be kind of flat, which is cool. And once we're landed, we should be far enough away from the ship that it's not going to cause all kinds of problems. Nope. I was wrong. There's something over there, right there too. Alright, we're landing. We're disembarking our smaller vessels. And we're going to go take a look around. It's going to be kind of a nasty spot to get our hover vessel out from. That's even worse. That might be okay. So before we get carried away and run out of fuel, We'll turn that off, and we'll turn these off too. Just because we got 46 hours worth of fuel left, not counting the extra fuel that we brought with us. And now there's definitely a lot of bad guys around here. Now, one thing that I did do is I really stocked up on ammunition. This thing is definitely loaded for bear as far as that goes. I don't think I could fit any more of the minigun ammunition by the time I was done with all of this. We're mostly looking for ore deposits and alien structures that we can plunder. That's the alpha and the omega of this entire scouting operation that we're going to go on. And then once we've seen everything that there is to see, we can make better decisions about how to direct our attention. The rest there. Good. Turn on yield thrusters. And we have 203 minutes worth of fuel. That should be plenty. That's the Hyperion. Wow, that thing is massive. Oh, drone. Make sure that we've got our weapons selected, otherwise we're not going to be able to shoot them. Then we got this guy down here who's probably going to start shooting at me, and he's second now. Ghost Power Station Mark 1 and Ghost Drone Port Mark 1. That could be interesting. The drone bases and the drone ports, I think, are the ones that are most reliable in terms of giving us the fun loot. And we've crossed over to the other side of the planet, which is, I guess, not really the other side. We've just crossed that invisible barrier. We don't have to worry about the guys shooting us in the butt anymore, but there's always that risk when you go through it that you're going to come right into the middle of a cluster of structures with turrets, and things go pretty downhill very, very quickly. There's a great big hill over there. So the lava isn't quite as bad as I thought it might be at the beginning, but it's still clearly something that we're going to have to pay attention to. I don't expect we'll survive very long if we go for a dip in that stuff. Got a structure down here. Ghost support. And how we're looking. Fuel is plenty good. I also have to keep an eye on our power usage. You see we're at 82%. That's just because we have so many damn thrusters on this little ship. We have an Arrestrium deposit. That's the first ore deposit that we've come across so far. Sathium. That's our second ore deposit, but both of these things are things that we can get in safer places than this. It's the Zascosium, and there's one more, I think, in the back of my mind that I'm trying to keep an eye out for. Yeah, even in the middle of the night, there's a certain amount of ambient light here. So far, we've just been kind of working a straight line around what would be the equator if we were the ones that were in a position to dictate what the equator is or isn't. But, oh, here's the thing. That looks to be a little bit different from the others. It's got a drone, another ghost power station. That we don't go up too high. Oh, we've got a drone moving in. The ship is fast enough that the drones really don't have much of a chance, it would seem, to catch up. There's another one that just appeared on the radar. Not a lot of minerals on this planet so far. Flying over the lava plains. Maybe not. We're chasing the sun and it looks like we're pretty much caught it this time. What's that? Ghost drone port. Mark 1. So that's the second ghost drone port. Sathium deposit. I don't really care about the Sathium deposits. I'm interested in the good stuff. Look at me being picky about ores that we couldn't get on Akua now. There's the oh, we found a gold deposit. Well, that's convenient. Promethium. Ooh, look at that. Is that a drone base or is that something completely different? Yeah, that's a drone base with lots of drones flying around it. We're just going to turn away this way. Plasma drone that we just flew directly over. Apparently plasma is is one of the types that you really want to watch out for. It's just on some things that I came across, people complaining that the drones with plasma doing all kinds of crazy damage in a very short period of time. So we'll just kind of keep that in the back of our mind, but it didn't seem to be too bad. I don't know what was hitting me just there. I don't think it was plasma, because plasma doesn't fire that fast, but we'll see. Hey, I know. We can use the map, and it will tell us Terrestrium, Sathium, Promethium, and gold. There's no Zascosium here. What a liar. Power station, another plasma drone. Our capital vessel is shooting at something. We'll just lead that drone over this way. It's a sad looking bug of some sort. So even though it was fun and exciting to explore the lava planet and all of the different structures here, I think what we're probably going to end up doing is clearing out that Aestus, I think is what it was, that ship. We'll see what was in there, and then we're just going to bugger off, because realistically speaking, we couldn't find what it was that we wanted. Looks like this is a blue crystal down here. Something like that. We've got plenty of fuel for our warp drive. We don't have to worry too much about that. Really disappointed by these railguns. I would have hoped that they would have been a a little faster with the projectile and a little more damage. But I guess that would be a little bit overpowered if that was the case. Empyrion, that's what it was, not Aestus. Alright, so next episode, that's what we're going to do. We're going to head on down to the Empyrion. We're going to basically work our way through the whole thing and see what there is to see. If there's anything worth getting, we'll get it, and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to find a different place to go to that might have some Zascosium and other minerals that we will need for things and such, and we can always come back here if we decide that we want some of what's to be found here, raid the drone base, whatever we need to do. But for right now, it's a nice place to visit, but not somewhere that we want to spend a whole ton of time. So if you want to be notified when I add the next episode, as always, you can subscribe to my channel or follow me on social media. Links for social media always in the information section below the video. Feel free to leave your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.